Okay, episode 4.
Yeah, I know. We made it a whole month. Look at us.
I know. I mean, right now we're recording this, like, what day is it? March 10th. So, like, we're pre-recording a lot. But, like, it's because we're getting used to the vibe. We're getting into it.
Exactly.
But speaking of pre-recording, so this is going to be off by a bit. But Ariana Grande's new album dropped this week.
Our Eternal Sunshine, yes.
Do you have any opinions you'd like to share about it?
Okay. So I think the album, as it is beautiful. She's wonderful. Okay, hold on. I gotta put these down a little bit. Okay, see. Cute. Okay. So I think the album is beautiful. I think Yes and was a little bit misleading. I'll agree with the critics on that one because it seemed like it was going to be like a dance pop album. We were expecting club hits. We were expecting to, be fist, feet, and everything deep in the club dancing to this. And then she did give us like happy beats and like everything, but I think the story is there. Like it very much feels like we are shown her side of the divorce and the story and how she ended up with that guy. I don't know. I liked it, and it was beautiful. Ethereal, her harmonies are always there. We were spaced out. We were sad. Then we forgave ourselves. Then we were dancing. Then we met somebody new, and then we're like, you know what? We're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I thought it was nice. I don't think this is going to be, like, my top era of Ariana. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy it, but it's not it doesn't reach some of the high levels of some of the others. Like, for example, Sweetener, that album. I love the aesthetics, and there was a couple of songs I like, but that era wasn't, like, my top Ariana era. You know what I mean? So I don't think this will be, like, my top Ariana era, but I do enjoy quite a bit of the music. It's just not what I was expecting, I guess. But it's good. Like, it's good. Just wasn't what I was expecting.
No, I'm going to fight you on that. I think it's a good one. I think it's better than probably her first ones. I think she's, honestly, ever since Positions, she's been putting herself more in an R&B position and less of, like, a pop. And I like that. I'm there for it.
Well, see, my favorite...
and the whole thing is, I can listen through the whole album and not skip it. I've never really been, like, a big music person, which I'm trying to be better about. But... like, if I can listen to your whole album all the way through and I feel the message, I feel what it's saying, then I like it. So I think it's really good. I think maybe we're honestly getting back into the art of an album and what an album is actually meant to be.
Well, see, I love that there's a story and all that. I'm just saying, like, as individual tracks, like, not all of them are really for me. That's just what I mean. Like, it's not to, like, my specific taste, I guess, but like, for example, Yes and I know a lot of people are living for it. I don't vibe with it. I'm just like, I love the message behind Mariah.
It. This is like our first non-Christmas song that we get with the two of them together. What do you mean?
I know,
it's history.
But it's like, I love the message and everything. It's just like the song I just don't vibe with, I guess. I don't know. It's just not for me.
Speak for yourself and cry in the corner to yourself.
Oh, I'm not crying in the corner.
Be.
I'm like clapping for her, you know. Same as like, I used to be a very hardcore Demi Lovato fan. But she dropped some albums that I was like, I'm not into, but like, clapping for you, girl. Get it off your chest. Say what you want, express yourself. It's just, I probably won't be listening to the album on repeat.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll give you that, but you're wrong. It's a beautiful album. I fight for it.
It's a beautiful album. I didn't say that, but, like, in my personal taste, I don't think it's going to be, like, when I go on Spotify and I'm like, oh, I want to listen to Ariana, I probably won't be pulling up this album.
I would pull it up. Like, it has its moment. Like, am I going to play this at the gym? Probably not. Actually, I'm lying. I already have.
I definitely listen to the full album while working out.
Yeah. I listened to it. It took me 3 hours because I was at work, but... it feels like something I would listen to just casually driving around doing things, but it's not going to always be on the gym playlist. It doesn't hype me up, but I still think it's very beautiful. And
well, that's the thing. I'm not a very, like, okay, with our music taste, you people probably don't know this, but like, you're very much like, get hype, you know, give me your soul or throw that ass in a circle. It's
shake some ass, yes.
Yeah, and I'm more like, give me your soul, I want to cry, like, low, blah, blah, blah. So, which is why I thought this, like, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, this is going to be for me. Like, when I started listening to, like, to the intro part and stuff, I was like, oh, this is for me. But then some of the songs, I don't know. It wasn't, like, hardcore. I think I'm still, like, let me see. I want to pull up the album to look at songs. Like, so I pulled up the album, and, like, some of my favorite things were, like, the, like, kind of not songs, I guess. Like, I love the intro. I loved Saturn Returns. I enjoyed that a lot. I wanted more from it. I wanted like a full like thing of that.
The intro part?
Yeah, the intro, it's cute. You know, also like, okay, when we go back to the album Sweetener, like some of my favorite things from that entire album was there was the intro of just her just doing harmonies, and then Raindrops. You know, the raindrops fell down from that. Yeah. One of my favorite things from the entire album. So I guess I've just been vibing a lot with like her transition pieces in her albums.
Okay.
Because those are always just like her having fun with harmonies and like layering vocals and stuff like that. I always love that. But again, I loved Saturn Returns and I liked the intro. But my favorite song, do you want to guess it?
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Your favorite song, you already told me I wouldn't guess it, and I should.
No, I was going to say I think you would guess it.
I'm trying to think of what I like, and then I want to go the opposite of that. I want to say it's got to be something a little slower. I don't know all the names in order. Read me the track list.
Okay, we have Intro, we have Bye, Don't Want to Break Up Again, Saturn Returns Interlude, Eternal Sunshine, Supernatural, True Story, The Boy Is Mine, Yes and, we already know how I feel about Yes and, We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love, I Wish I Hated You, Imperfect for You, Ordinary Things featuring Nona.
I feel like Imperfect for You.
No, my favorite is Supernatural.
That was my second.
So beautiful. Oh my gosh. I was just like, this is ethereal. This is falling in love. Oh, it's so beautiful. I do
like that one, yeah.
So much. But also, I texted you immediately when I was listening through the album, and I was like, Kendall, not Ariana writing Don't Want to Break Up Again for you.
I mean, at this point, she was in my phone. She did hack me. She could have said, hey.
I literally listened to that, and I was like, okay, so you wrote a song for Kendall. How nice.
She did, and you know what? She needed that. She needed that. We needed that. I needed that. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to serve. I'm out here living life, giving her experience and stories.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the album. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't think it's going to go down as like in 50 years when somebody says play Ariana. I don't think any tracks from this are going to come up, if I'm honest. Maybe that's just a me thing. But I think like...
It depends on who you ask.
Maybe it just needs more time to settle in, but like... I don't think any of these songs are reaching like 7 rings level.
Yeah, and I mean, to keep up with our track record of me bringing up Beyonce, with Renaissance, I listened to the whole album through, and my immediate favorites were Cozy, Alien Superstar, and then Pure Honey.
But that's what I mean.
And
like, okay.
Immediately, all of it has changed now. All Up in Your Mind is like the most slept on track on that album. I personally think is so good. And then I really like Virgo's Groove, which...
I was going to say, I really like Virgo. But even when that album dropped, there was people that are like, oh, this isn't my vibe, but it was automatically iconic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ariana Grande right now, honestly, everyone hates her because they're like, oh, she broke up a home. 1, we don't know what was happening. 2, in my opinion, you can't break a home that was already broken, you know? Or
okay,
wreck a
so
home
maybe it's because
broken.
we come from a broken home or something like that. But I'm very much like follow your heart, and if it's true, blah blah blah. You know, like I'm like, I don't give a like, it's not that I don't give a shit. It's not like I'm gonna go and if I was single, like go for a married man to break up his family or anything like that. But I'm like, first, you don't know the full story, and second, if you're following your heart, live your life. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know what the hell is going on. We don't know what happened.
And I promise you, half the people in their judging, they've done much worse in relationships.
That's what I'm saying. Internet, like, the
hold up a mirror
culture,
for a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
But before we like get into our subjects, and I think we're done with Ariana for now. Do you have anything this week you'd want to talk about?
No.
Or like
I
you went through this week?
Have just, continuously been suffering and being hungry. Going to the gym, doing my little thing. That's it. Just working, gym. I literally did not do the notes for this until this morning when I woke up and was drinking my coffee. So
beautiful.
I'm pushing it off to the last minute. I'm hanging on by a thread. But next week is St. Patrick's Day. I'm going out. I'm going to have the time of my fucking life. I'm ready for it. I feel it.
Drink some green beer.
I don't know if, you know what? I want to find some, but if nobody offers me any, I'm not going to be mad. I just miss beer. It's so comforting. Ew. That's just the Southern man in me.
Beer is so gross. I have never, a single day of my life, thought beer is yummy.
I know.
Not a single day.
And that's why you are who you are.
It
explains everything.
Give me a fruity, nice cocktail. I'll take it. I love that stuff.
See, they're too sweet. I've never been a sweet person. I'm always a comfort food. And I think that's just the difference.
Well, see, I can go for a comfort food, but when it comes to my drinks, either be like baseline chill or sweet. I don't need a comfort drink. I don't think I've ever liked a comfort drink.
And that's your problem. Give me a little Mickey Loeb Ultra. I love my beer.
As far as my week, it's been stressful, family stuff going on. You know
yeah, Greg,
that.
how was your week?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Mine's been like stressful, but I think things are getting better. Fingers crossed, but
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm working out in the mornings
If these nails can hold on for now, we're on 4 fucking weeks. You can hold on, Greg.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Okay, this is going to be so late and probably so irrelevant by the time this comes out. But I was mentioned in an Integrity Toys Q&A live on Instagram. They started talking about me. I wasn't even in it, and a friend reached out and was like, oh my gosh, Greg, they're talking about you in the live. And I was like, what? So that was really cool. So, you know, it's been a week of highs and lows. And then I've started working out in the morning, and me and Danny started a more intense workout routine. So that's been, like, kicking my ass. But other than that, it's been pretty good, I guess.
All right.
You know, we're getting into the new vibes, new, what do you call it? New, I can't think of the word.
New beginnings.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far. That's a little dramatic. I was just going to, like, new patterns or, I can't even think, schedules, whatever. So, yeah, I guess that's about it.
Oh, one last thing, and you can paste this in with Ariana Grande if you want. Do you know what, like, her album is based off of, the movie?
What movie the album's based off of?
Yeah.
I mean, I know she's doing, like, The Wizard of Oz. Is it related to that?
No. Okay. There's a movie from the 2000s with Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey. And shout out to my ex for showing me this. She was a movie buff. I'll give her that. So it's a movie called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And the movie that she did for We Can't Be Friends is literally kind of the plot of the movie, which is that there's these two people that are like toxic for each other. Like they had like a really horrible breakup, but such a like high and low relationship. And they go to this clinic and they erase your memories. Like you give them all the artifacts that remind you of that person. Then they erase them from your memory and you're spotless. Your mind is spotless. And now you're happy. You're eternal sunshine.
Huh. That's kind of interesting.
So that's like the vibe of the movie. In the movie, they end up reconnecting after they both ended up erasing each other, which we find out eventually. Spoiler alert, the movie's been out for like 20 years. It is what it is. So she ends up, like Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey's character get back together, and they end up like having these weird visions and flashbacks and end up remembering they knew each other and remember how everything ended. I can't remember how the movie ends, but I think the movie ends with like them not being together because they know it's not good for each other and they like grow but still remember. So it's almost like the pain helped them grow as a person and leave that behind even though they tried to erase it. Very interesting movie. I really liked it. It's very avant-garde. It's not one you watch when you want to be left in like a good mood. It's going to leave you thinking. And it has a good cast.
That's really interesting. Okay, yeah.
You'll have to watch it.
I will. Okay, Kendall, walk us through your oot.
Today's oot is very much related, and we'll get to my topic last. But today we are bedazzled. We are ready to go. We are having a good ass fucking time. We have the purple shades. Shout out to Mary's mom. Love her. Amazon. Rings. Amazon. Actually, this is from a thrift store. Then nails. Still fucking hanging on 4 weeks later. And I'm not filling them in because I don't want to commit to another 4 weeks of this. But I'm also very terrified to pop them off. I feel like it's going to hurt. So they're just here. Just growing out. I don't know what to do. I can still do this.
Do you know how funny it would have been if one had snapped off while you were doing that?
No, this one. Okay, so like the one nail set I had before, I can tell when it's about to pop because my hair gets caught when I'm washing it in the shower. So like my hair is sliding underneath the back of this pinky nail. I don't know if anyone ever talks about that, but like I can feel it, like the individual strand getting caught. I ripped out some hair that way. Yeah. Then The tank top is actually a little 2-layer situation. We have a mesh tank top underneath and then my bedazzled tank top on top. I fully bought this from like a gay circuit party clothing shop off Etsy. I love them. One of the beads fell off and then a friend helped glue it back on. It was a good time.
I remember I was the one kept saying, Kendall, you need to fix it until he glued it back on.
I was ready for it to go. You know, she had been through some things.
But it was so obvious. I don't want to sound like an ass, but I was bothering you so much because it was also on your birthday that you were going to wear it. And I was like, it was in like the middle of your chest. And it was so...
It's like right here.
And it was like so obvious because like it glitters everywhere and then there's just that one dull spot in the middle. I was like, Kendall, you can't. Like, that's so bad. And he's like, well, I still have the gym. And then you had it glued back on, thankfully, before we went out. And look at it. Beautiful again.
I know. The pants are my little disco flare pants that I bought in honor of the Barbie disco movement that happened in 2023. The boots are just my giant ass. They feel like Bratz doll shoes. They're like rain boot material, 6 inches high. I'm 6'1" in them bitches, and that's not me at all. I'm hovering. Everyone is below me. I absolutely love them because I can take them anywhere and then just wipe them off. And yeah, just going for like a cute little bedazzly club moment and just, you know, wearing jewelry. My necklace is a little lizard, which is actually a childhood nickname, and that's why I bought it from H&M. This other necklace, also probably from H&M. Usually I try not to wear anything I don't mind losing when I go out. Only thing that I would cry about is this bracelet, and it just looks too cute. So yeah, that's the outfit. We're just vibing. We are imagining we're in the club dancing to Ariana Grande's new album.
Nice.
And that's where we're at. These glasses are definitely about to go though because everything is purple and it's fucking throwing me off.
I can imagine wearing the purple and then the ring light on top
of you. But they look so cute.
Yes, they're so nice.
Okay. That is the oot. Okay.
So now my doll of the episode that I'm doing. This is Daphne Minton. She is from series 3 of Rainbow High.
They did not name her Mint after her damn hair.
Daphne Minton. Oh, that's not even the worst one. There's some names that are just... There's one girl, she's teal. I don't even have her, but her name is Blue, B-L-U, Brooks.
Oh, love that.
Blue Brooks. So you love Blue Brooks.
Yeah, it was like my first little, like, that was my Club Penguin name, Greg.
I remember. Blue win too. But Blue Brooks is...
I had no idea what I was doing with that one.
It's okay, but Daphne Minton is too much.
You know, I feel like Daphne Minton... It's fine.
The red one's name is Ruby.
Okay, that was a little too easy.
And then the yellow one I already showed, her name is Sunny.
I didn't even put that together. Okay, you know what? I've got a little bit of personal beef, but this is for children, so it was aimed at children
exactly.
First.
But Daphne Minton, she is a Versace stan, obviously. She is covered in multiple pieces of Versace. The boots she's wearing here are actually from a... There's like these mystery packs of like shoes and handbags, and there's different ones for different characters, but these are literally her shoes in the mystery pack, and I got them. I was very excited about it. So she has on her cloth Versace thigh highs, yes. And yeah, she's just like a Versace stan, and I love her so much because first off, mint green is already one of my favorite colors, and then I love that her hair has like this like crimped, wavy. It kind of gives me like 80s kind of hair. And there's no other doll that they've released with this hair texture because a lot of people hated it, actually. It was very controversial. A lot of people, as soon as she came out, went straight to straightening her hair. And I was like, how dare you? Damn. Let her have her moment.
I love it.
I know. I think it really makes her stand out.
Let the wavy girls have their moment.
Yeah, but like basically anyone who has a Daphne, they almost immediately straightened her hair. So
except for you.
I know.
And that's why you got her boots, because you stay true to her.
Exactly. But yeah, I really love her, and she's just one of my favorites. She's just a very beautiful girl. Oh, but I did drop her like huge ass hoop gold earrings. They were too much, so I like customized some on my own earrings for her. She seemed more like a delicate chains girl.
So what are her earrings? What did you do?
I got like these like little lotus flowers in gold, and then have hanging gold pieces.
Cute.
Because like I like the chains and the whole Versace thing. She's got gold chains on like gold chains is a Versace thing, but like it's all over the jacket. So I was like, let's give her some gold chain dangling earrings. I felt like it fit the vibe more. But yes, I absolutely love her. And her face, they're cute. Stunning. But yeah, that's it for the doll, Daphne. We love
Honestly,
her.
Isn't this like 2 weeks in a row now you've done Versace inspired? Because one of your integrity ones was
Adele.
Donatella.
Yeah, Pink Glam Adele. She's based off of Donatella Versace, yeah.
Yeah.
Versace just does good.
Yeah.
You know.
They know what they're doing.
Exactly. But now we've covered our little intros. Now we can get into our subject. And Kendall,
And let's do it.
I'm so excited for the subject. And like we have already had an accidental moment that has already just made the subject so perfect. Because Kendall, what I'm obsessed with this week, what you and I have been obsessed with different phases in our lives.
Okay.
I would say this fundamentally changed an aspect of who we are.
Okay.
I am obsessed with Club Penguin.
Oh my God.
I know.
I called the intuition, girl.
I know.
I'm here. All right.
We were talking about Blue, and then you're like, that was my Club Penguin name. Blue went too. I was like, girl, I know it was. Literally, my subject is Club Penguin.
And you know what? I love that.
So, as I said, Club Penguin. We have a lot of things to say. We have a lot of things to go over. Club Penguin is literally such a fundamental piece of our childhood.
She was a cornerstone. She shaped
By
us.
far, she did. And before we start getting into personal notes, I want to start with a little bit of facts.
Yeah.
And then we can start getting into the shit because there's a lot to say with Club Penguin, with us two specifically. First off, if you were a millennial or an older Gen Z, I feel like you even know what Club Penguin is. It was an iconic piece to so many people's childhood. But let's get into some of the facts. The start. Also, I'd like to say, I don't typically show my notes, but I don't know if you can see this, can you?
Greg, did you put it in the Club Penguin font?
Yes. I found the Club Penguin font creator, and I typed in everything and then turned it Club Penguin font. So it's all like, I love it. So
all of this just for you. I love that.
Club Penguin is so
Meanwhile, I was just sitting there tapping my little notes, drinking my
Oh,
coffee.
I fully did this at like 11:30 last night.
Okay.
But I committed. So first off, we have the start. So Club Penguin Start launched on October 24th, 2005. That was launch day.
Where was I? October 24th, 2005. Was I in 3rd grade?
You were like 9 years old.
That was a country accent, girl.
Whatever. And I was about 10. Wait, no, I was about to turn 10. I was 9 years old.
So then I was 8.
Yeah.
About to turn 9.
What
What the fuck was I doing when I was 8? I was most definitely in like 2nd or 3rd grade.
Well, okay, we can do the math. Because kindergarten I was 5. First grade I was 6. Second grade I was 7. Third grade I was 8. Fourth grade I was 9. So I was in 9th grade, but about to turn 10.
3rd grade was an iconic year of school for me. Maybe I'll have to cover that one day.
Miss Fletcher.
Miss Fletcher, and that's why I got my little beanie baby.
But we didn't start playing in 2005. We started playing in 2006, right?
2006
Or
or
was it?
7.
Okay, because we
We
started
were there. We were there before Disney took it over.
by far. But also, I felt like I was in elementary school when I first started. Because I started telling all my friends in middle school about it, but I was already like flexing on my items.
Cool. What are we on? I need to get sleep. Fucking time change.
But I think I do believe that we started in 2006, so like a year
Okay.
after the game had been out, I think.
Okay, so
And-
she started October 2005. I feel like we're getting lost here.
Yes. Okay. So basically, if you don't know what Club Penguin is, it's a MMO, a massive multiplayer online game where
Spell it out for us, nerd.
and it's you have a penguin and you just literally click. It's like click and move mechanics. You click, you move across the screen, and it's just a bunch of you
And
and
you're
other
just
penguins waddling around. Oh, I love their waddle. I mean, honestly, throw it back to good old Barry from Country Bears. He's a good description of that walk.
Yes. Honestly, run the clip again. That was such a good time.
But you just move across space, and it's like an image plastered on it, and you just move across the image. So that's essentially what the game was. But what was there to do? Now this is where we can start interjecting because there was a lot of shit to do.
Girl, what didn't we do?
Okay, first
We
off,
clocked in. We had shifts.
you had to earn coins in mini games where you used to buy things.
And I'm going to say right now, the coffee bean catcher was the easiest and best game. I hated all the other ones. That fucking one where you had to get in the submarine and go down into the ocean, which I think was added later. Hated that one.
That was the one on the secret iceberg part of the map.
Hated that one.
But actually, my favorite game was Kart Surfer, the one in the mine carts, because I would sit there and hold the button, dun 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 dun, collect all those points so quick.
I was so I loved it, but I was so bad at it. As soon as them curves came, I was out. My ass was thrown.
But I had the most fun with probably the bean counter, which was like the coffee shop one.
It just made such a good little plop sound.
But also, there are some more iconic games that I would like
Actually,
to...
you know what I just realized?
Actually, no. My most favorite game I just remembered, but go ahead.
I think a part of me loved the coffee game because the bags reminded me of pizza rolls. Like, I was just sitting here thinking about the game, and I got hungry for pizza rolls.
Oh my god, I hate pizza rolls.
And that's your issue.
Mm-hmm. But actually, I just remembered the game that I was a king at, and I made so much money on. The ice fishing game.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, I'd get the big fish to eat the smaller fish, and it would, like, double your coins or something. I was so good at that.
You were in there. You were stacking your coins. Mm-hmm. And I was over in the corner sucking the sauce out of pizza rolls, playing bean counter.
Yes. And then also a couple other iconic games I do want to mention is the making your pizza. That was a pretty iconic one.
Oh, yeah. I had fun with that one. Mm-hmm. Except when they ordered those fucking anchovies. I was like, you stupid girl. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You ordered anchovies?
The one that I really enjoyed because you got to play against other players was the sledding game where you got to go down the hill.
Oh, yeah. I liked it until I didn't win.
Yeah. I usually won every time we played. I loved it. So you play games to earn things. You collect puffles, which are the little fluff.
They were added later. Or no. There was the red and blue one, right?
Colors, but yeah, red and blue were from the beginning. And red and blue were allowed to have by everybody. Then I have that like there was card jujitsu, which was like their their card game that was
the dojo
like
was added later, yeah.
I did kind of like later, but like it was still a pretty key function once it was in the game. Mm-hmm. Then kind of just go around. So like chill at the coffee shop was one of my favorite things because we were too young to be hanging out at Starbucks, so that was our version.
It was friends.
Mm-hmm. Party on the dance floor.
Yeah, the club. Nobody was ever really there to shake some fucking ass. I wanted to dance at the club a lot more, and nobody would do it. And I still remember the little penguin dance like that.
And then the dun dun with the butt.
Oh my god, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the wave. And then also become a secret agent. That was a big thing.
Yeah, we did that. That was fun.
And we actually got the Nintendo DS game so we could get into the secret only room.
Oh my god, we did do that.
Yeah, and then they kind of unlocked that for everybody later, so
yeah,
it was kind of lame. But we felt really cool for a hot second. And then, of course, make friends and then go to igloo parties. Where you can go to
know what?
Houses.
I was just thinking about the fact that we couldn't play World of Warcraft yet.
Yep.
Club Penguin was our introduction to roleplay.
Exactly.
We went to high school. We went to college.
Literally, we're going to get into all of this. Literally all of it. But, like, with it, yeah, like you were saying, like, it was our introduction because our parents started playing World of Warcraft. And we wanted to play World of Warcraft more than anything. And they're like, no, you have to be 13 years old to play.
Right.
And so we were like, oh, well. And then one of your friends told you about Club Penguin, and we took off with it. We started during a Halloween party.
Yeah, the free trial. Or we did have the free account, too.
Yeah, it was a free account. Mm-hmm. Because it was
free to play. Which they were so real for that.
Mm-hmm. So we started playing. Do you remember the most iconic thing, the first piece of clothing you and I both had?
I really want it to be the side pony, but I don't know.
No. Because we were non-members. Our first item was the friendship bracelet that you could get in the coffee shop. The hidden items.
Oh my god. I forgot about that.
So we got the friendship bracelet, which was
our
really
bald ass penguins running around with friendship bracelets.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, yeah, there was a lot of things to do. It was kind of just like a socializing and stuff like that. But something that I think has like core memory for me or like really hit was the holidays. The holidays in Club Penguin were so special to me.
Okay.
And so amazing. Like, first off, they gave out free shit for non-members.
True.
Christmas, we got that red and green
We were
scarf.
out there grabbing our shit.
Yes, we were. Every single event. And, like, they just, like, so I wanted to ask you, do you have any, like, iconic or, like, big happy memories tied to any of the holidays in Club Penguin?
I remember it being Christmas time and us playing. But I don't really think, like, I remember Halloween. I remember Halloween being fun. I remember, like, we got invited to a whole ass real life Halloween party. And we, like, before we went, we were like, wait, we got to go do our little Halloween stuff in Club Penguin. And we went to Halloween parties in there. But no, I feel like Halloween might be the, like, the only iconic one I remember. I remember Christmas, but not like that.
They also had, like, I remember during Halloween, there's probably all of them had their own little special thing. But during Halloween, you'd collect candy, and if you collected all the candy, that's how you got a free item.
Yeah.
Stuff. So it was really cool.
I was stressed about that fucking free item, too.
I know. But I'm going to remind you of some other holidays. Okay. So the music festival holiday.
You know what? Fuck them bitches. The year Camp Rock came out, I still have, to this day, hate This Is Me. Because the amount of girls And then, their penguins were dressed like girls. So it was who they were. But the amount of like feminine little penguins that walked up on stage and sat down and were just like, and then someone would be like, oh my God, what's wrong? And this happened at the pizza shop too, but specifically I hated the ones at the music festival.
Oh, we're getting into the picky.
And they were like, oh my God, so they're like, I'm just not like other penguins. And then they were like, I think I need to sing my truth. And then they literally got out there and typed out the fucking lyrics to This Is Me from Camp Rock. And on top of that, as you said last week, it was already your sick comfort movie. So it was already on repeat in real life. Mm-hmm. And I had to sit there and watch them damn penguins type out the lyrics slow as hell with their basic ass outfits. Like they were like, I'm just not like other girls wearing the same ponytail to the side with the same headband, with the same hoodie, with the same fucking bracelet.
No, because you're wrong. First off, I need to correct you.
Go ahead.
Yes, they always dress the same, but you got the outfit wrong. First off, it was always the brown wig with the little pink bow in it on the side, not the ponytail.
I have no recollection. There's no memory.
Then there was the hoodie, and then they usually wore a pair of like extra ugly early 2000s glasses, and then the fur boots.
Oh, the fur boots. Now those were iconic.
Those were iconic.
The boots with the fur.
Literally brown boots that had like fur coming off of it. Iconic. It was the boots. Men wore them. Male penguins wore them. Female penguins wore them. Baby penguins wore them. Everyone wanted those fucking boots. Mm-hmm. We wanted those fucking boots.
We did. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I ever got them.
We did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Don't you worry. But... So some of my favorite holidays, of course, Christmas and Halloween. Those are classics. Mm-hmm. The music festival was one I remembered, but two other ones that during my research, it came back to me and were so perfect. First off, the carnival one.
Oh my God.
And you collected
the cotton candy.
Yeah.
I wanted that cotton candy so fucking bad.
And that was the first time you and I ever played on Club Penguin at the same time because we were over at a friend of the family's house and they had two computers. So we played together. So that was the first time you and I were both online at the same time together.
I forgot that struggle.
We used to take turns, watch each other and stuff like that. And my favorite party that ever came out, and this is actually the party when you and I first became members.
I know what you're about to say.
The medieval party.
The Renaissance Festival.
Oh my God. We had been collecting coins. We had been begging our parents for years to be members. Years.
It was like a year at this point, or a little over a year because we started in Halloween. We bugged the shit out of them. And I remember it literally was in Sunday morning, right before we went to church. We're like, please, please, please. They're like, okay, we'll let you do it. And me and you were literally like fighting and running to like the little thing, putting in the card information, got our little month membership. I think it was like $6.
I actually have it written down. We're going to get into memberships totally because what a class system.
I know. And then I remember immediately we went and bought clothes, and then we went to church, and we spent the entire time at church talking about, oh my God, what are we going to buy? What are you going to buy when you get home? What are we going to get? What are you going to get? Like we were on.
Do you remember the first thing you ever bought?
I remember. I hope it was the dragon costume
because I did the dragon costume.
But I feel like it was the knight armor with orange.
It was. You were orange knight, and then I was. Okay, I made some questionable choices, but I was the dragon, and then I put on that yellow spiky hair on top.
Oh, Greg, I remember that.
Yeah, it was a choice. I
remember that one.
But the first thing I ever bought... Oh, and then I had the wizard staff. So I had the wizard staff, the dragon costume, and yellow spiky hair.
And you thought you were fucking slaying it.
I thought I was destroying.
Every single time. And I was out there just like, I'm a sexy Lancelot.
Yes, literally.
Built like a fucking pear.
So those are just like... I really... Like, the holidays hold a special spot, like, for me. But... If you wanted to enjoy Club Penguin and you really wanted to enjoy a lot of the things, you needed to be a member, which we've hinted at a lot already. So I have memberships were $5.95 a month. $5.95 a month, which back then it was
recession times, girl.
Yeah, World of Warcraft was $15 a month.
That is $6 a month for this virtual little penguin.
Like, how did they have the audacity to like be that much? I don't know. And in case you're thinking, like, what's the point of being a membership? Well, I promise you, me and Kendall can both list off from memory. I have a couple of notes written here, but let's go over my notes and you can add in. First off, membership created an unofficial class system in Club Penguin. Like, it became a full class system. If you weren't a member, you're not worth our time.
Yeah, like, literally, you could see penguins who weren't, they were bald. They probably had that little fucking friendship bracelet, some free ass shit,
a
fucking
scarf left over from Christmas that they're wearing in July.
And it was just like,
or the tour guide hat, because that was like the only hat a non-member could get for the longest time.
Like we were so bitchy and judgy, and it was like stupid penguins.
Basically, anything you could buy in a shop was member only.
Yep.
Like clothing was member only. If you wanted hair, bitch, you better be a member. You bald as hell.
Yeah. To be bald was to be poor.
Then we've talked about puffles, which were the pets. The red and blue, anybody could get those. But if you wanted an orange puffle, if you wanted a black puffle, if you wanted a white or gold, the pink one, you had to be a member to get any of those. But something kind of cool, because, you know, we've talked about financial struggles of our family in the past. We did not always have our membership. We lost it a couple of times. But
service got shut off.
When you lose your membership, you can't use any of your member clothing. Bitch, you're back to naked.
Our inventory literally
like it'll literally like if you want to equip this, reactivate your membership, which was fucked up. So, but what was funny was you were still kept your puffles. You could still take your puffles on walk. So you could see a naked ass penguin walking around with like a pink puffle, and you're like, oh, she fell on hard times. It's like back in my day, I got cut off.
Literally, no. And then your house would get shrunk too.
Yes, they'd shrink your house back. You'd lose all your furniture. It'd all be locked away.
Yep.
Because decorating your igloo was a party thing. And also, you could throw igloo parties. But the only people
who shit got repoed.
Yeah. So if you wanted to visit someone's igloo, if they're on your friends list, you can go to their igloo.
Yeah.
But if you want to like throw an igloo party, you are only members were listed in the public igloos.
Yeah.
So if you want to throw a party, you had to be a member. Now, as a non-member, you could go to them, but there was a big thing for member-only igloo parties. Like, when non-members showed up, they'd be bullied until they left.
Oh, my God.
You don't remember that?
No.
It's like college or school at my place, and you go there, and they're like, ew, you look gross. Oh, my gosh, you don't even have a backpack, da-da-da. And you'd leave. You'd be bullied out.
I don't remember that, but I expect nothing less from late 2000s internet.
Exactly. So, like, being a member was kind of the only way. And, like, so we weren't members, and we used to be like, wow, look at those member penguins. They look amazing. And you talk to them, they don't give you the time of the day.
I know. It literally was like a celebrity cast system. Like,
I can't even say shit because the moment we became members, we didn't interact with non-members.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like, fully, we were like, why are you talking to me? You don't even have hair. Bye. Like, it was like such a... It's so problematic, but it also shows the worst of society. It's like what we were taught, you know?
Yeah.
So it was a really
It trained us
thing.
to be bitchy. It trained us to be bullies. And it trained us to be pick-me girls.
And we did it. And now we're getting into some iconic things from Club Penguin. And first up is the pick-me.
Oh, my God, yes.
So you've hinted at it, and we've talked about it, and I feel like it is such an iconic thing. So if you were... playing Club Penguin, you know exactly what this is. If you don't, let me educate you. So, in Club Penguin, there's a very popular...
Well, there's a hat.
There's a very popular thing where you want to have a penguin boyfriend or girlfriend. So, what you would do is you'd dress up in your cutest ass outfit. You'd walk right up on into the pizza parlor.
Yep.
You'd go into a corner. And then you'd sit in the corner, and then you do the sad face emoji.
Or at a table by yourself.
And just keep doing the sad face emoji. And you wait for someone to come up and say, what's wrong? And you're like, oh, I'm just lonely, or oh, I really want a GF, or da-da-da. Like,
oh my God, yeah.
And then you'd start a relationship. But, like, that's how you did it. That's how you went in a relationship. And then you'd, like, start talking. You'd start flirting for whatever 10-year-olds did for flirting. And then you're like, let's go back to my igloo. And then you go to the igloo. You'd sit together so your beaks touch. You kissed, and that was it. That was the end of the whole storyline.
And you know what? I want to say that Club Penguin was a little bit of a gay awakening. You know,
I dress up in drag and do that? Yes, I did.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I tried to be the boyfriend. I tried to be the masked man, little penguin, and go up and find me a girlfriend. But it just didn't feel right. I wanted to be chosen. Exactly. I wanted to be pursued by a man. So I went home, put on my little wig, put on my cute little outfit.
Fuzzy boots.
Actually, we changed servers because everyone already knew my name. Then we went back to the pizza
Oh my gosh,
parlor.
we haven't even talked about our penguin names.
No, we haven't.
I'd like to interject right now. Our penguin names, Kendall's was the iconic Blue Wind 2, as in the number 2.
And you know what? I thought I was being artistic. I thought I was going like Pocahontas, like the wind and the colors and
Also,
nature.
wind was with a Y, not a I.
And I do want everyone to know, in retrospect, I do understand that it literally is just farting, but also still me. Still pertains to me. That is my character, and I stand by her.
It was
Blue Wind too, because
was,
Blue Wind was taken.
It was BLU underscore, right? Didn't you have an underscore?
A dot or an underscore, one of those.
WYND number 2. Now, also what I'd like to say is he did an underscore or a dot. I'm pretty sure it was an underscore. And you didn't need to do that. You could do spaces. Because my character's name...
I was being techie, girl. Leave me
was
alone.
Tar Space River. Tar River. Now, I would like to say, I'm from North Carolina, and I was like, I love the Tar Heels. So I was like, I'm going to do Tar River. And I was like, well, I was trying to think of water, because I love water. I was a water sign, you know. And I was like, Tar Heels. I didn't like heels, so I was like, I'll take the tar. Fully, I did not know what tar was, by the way. I'd like to say I do know what tar is now.
Like, who let these children on the internet? We were just out there. You know what? It's solidified in history. It was art.
Oh, it is fully still integrated into my life. Tar River forever. But then I was like, what am I going to do? Tar Waterfall? No, that sounds stupid. Tar Lake? Maybe. And I was like, Tar River. I love that. Fully, that is a river that exists literally not even far from
And it's
where
not
we
even
live.
a cute one. She's
It's
drying
not
up.
cute.
She's like a little creek now.
It's literally like near our hometown. She ain't cute. She's just there. And I was just like, one day I was like, oh my gosh, look, that's my username on Club Penguin. And my mom was like, Craig, that's literally just a river. That's like an actual thing. That river's been Tar River for a long time.
But you know what?
Oh.
I didn't know that either. And every time I see Tar River, I think of you.
I think of it too, which is kind of iconic now because I did come up with it on my own, but it fully existed long before my username did.
Exactly. Why did we both go with the nature? We both were just on. We were about it. We were like, we're ethereal. We're of the earth.
Yes.
The woods is our friend. But yeah, I stand by Blue Wind. Eventually, one of our dogs had puppies, and I specifically named it Blue, BLU.
I remember.
Love him. Yep.
But getting back to like iconic things from there. So we had the Pick-me's, but then an like subcategory of the Pick-me's was the adoptions. And you go into the pet store and adopt a baby penguin. Sometimes you'd get a man at the pizza parlor, then y'all would go to the pet store and y'all would adopt y'all's kid.
Yeah.
I never played the role of a child.
And
I
you know
adopted
what?
a child multiple times, but I never played.
I never adopted a child.
I did.
Okay.
Well, you hated the baby talk because they always
and to this day I still do.
When you adopt a child, the penguin, they use baby talk the whole time.
The original Uwu girls.
Yes, only baby talk, and it drove Kendall insane. I adopted a child a couple times, but it's only because my husband wanted one. You know,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Whatever
fine,
you say,
I'll be
honey.
a mom. You know, so. Then, of course, like I said, member-only parties. And I threw a couple of member-only parties. Again, I did become a classist person. I can't help it. It happened. You know,
And you know what? I'm glad you tapped into that evil and learned from it early.
Right.
Yeah.
And I threw some member-only parties. Do you remember any of yours? I threw one that was Avatar Last Airbender. And each part of my igloo, I had a water section, a fire section, an earth, and air.
I just remember buying furniture. I remember being very proud when I bought the chips and salsa and guacamole bowl. And I put that out for my guests so they could eat. I don't think I ever stuck to a theme. I just love to go to everyone else's parties and cause drama.
Yours always being chaotic. Your house. It was like kind of something like I was like, I want feng shui. And you're like, this is cool. Put it here. Oh, that's cool too. Put that
I was
there.
just inviting people to hang, you know, be who you were, I don't think I was cut out for the classist elite
You had the
system.
inflatable furniture too.
I do remember that. And I stick by her. I loved her.
Yeah.
I was just inviting people to hang. It was my little igloo bear cave, man cave, bear cave.
But also something weird is if you're a member and you're online, your house is automatically listed. So you could go back to your home and it's like, I just need a moment to myself. Random people show up in your house. They're just there. And it's like, leave, please. What are you
Oh my
doing
God, the
here?
amount of times that I remember getting bullied now. You just saying leave, please. I remember people doing it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Non-member people were bullied.
They were. It was hard.
So, then of course, something else I really enjoyed was the plays at the theater. and you could kind of act out the plays and stuff. My favorite was Ruby and the Ruby because it was black and white.
That noir, yes. It was so
yes,
Marilyn
I
Monroe. Now, I
loved it.
wore that wig and that dress forever because I fucking love the 50s
For
aesthetic.
sure. Now,
Yes.
was it flattering on the penguin? No, you look like... I don't even know how to explain how that dress looked on the penguin, but when you click... That was another thing. The way your penguin looked versus like when you clicked and saw your profile photo. Talk about the original catfish.
Yeah.
There were some items, they look great on your profile, but once you saw it on the little penguin, it's like, oh, I'm never wearing that.
The 3D render did not work.
It was not about it. So that was basically, there was like some really iconic things, iconic parties. We became members, we became classes.
I want to speak about how I was a menace to the world of Club Penguin, and it was only by throwing snowballs at people. And then one time we had a friend that had a membership, and we didn't. And she was like, "Oh my God, you can play my membership." Her mom drove us to school. Like she was in my class at school.
Oh my
fully
gosh.
a friend.
Are you gonna make the confession
I'm
after
gonna
all
confess.
these years?
After 15 years, I'm ready to confess. I was the one that got on there and just yelled out, "Y'all are a bunch of bitches." That was me, and I did get her penguin banned for 3 days. I remember, oh my God. And they were like, "Who got her penguin banned? What happened? Who said this?" I denied. Look, girl, it told you exactly what you typed and why you got banned when you tried to log in.
There was a saying that like if you did anything bad, you'd be banned immediately. And
like there were certain words they had filtered. So if you said a curse word, then you would get banned.
And I remember I was sitting right behind Kendall and watching him play because we had one computer. And again, we weren't members yet, so we enjoying that full member life. And then Kendall said, and also there's a part of this story that's so funny, but Kendall said the curse words and it was an immediate ban, and we both were just like,
wait. I just needed to know. I needed to test, and I was not willing to risk it for my penguin. I was not losing blue wind.
And Kendall lied like more than ever I've ever seen Kendall commit to anything. He committed to this lie. But the worst part was, okay, for the longest time, she was like, "Who did it? Who did it?" And the mom was like, "Who did this?" And then Kendall's like, "It wasn't me." And they're like, there's only a couple people that had like my account password and stuff. And so then she gets back on her penguin and she's like, "I never dressed my penguin this way." Because the outfit Kendall put on her, she was wearing when she got banned.
And she should have.
And when she logged back in, that was the outfit. She's like, "I never dressed my penguin like this. It was not me." And so then she was trying to figure out who would dress her penguin like that. It was Kendall.
Deny, girl.
That side ponytail, you were guilty.
Guilty. That side ponytail had me in a grip. She almost told on me. And shout out to that girl. I did get your penguin banned. I don't regret it. I needed to see what happened.
Couldn't you have done it on his non-member account? Sure.
Yeah, but I didn't, I was so petrified of getting in trouble that, like, I was afraid to have to explain why my penguin was banned for 3 days. I would have never had to admit it. No one would have asked me, but I would have known, and I wasn't ready to carry that burden. So I fully got her penguin banned.
Yeah.
And like her mom drove us to and from school, and she was like, "I just want to know who did it. I don't know who did it." I'm like, "Girl, I don't know."
And they changed.
So sorry for your loss. It was a 3 fucking day ban on a fucking online account.
They changed the password, and she was never allowed to share her penguin with us again.
I know. Which, you know what? Smart on her mom. They know it was me. They knew. We all knew, but I was never admitting it.
Exactly. As I said, I've never seen you commit to anything more than you committed to that lie. He stuck to it, and he was so chill about it. Because usually, if you know Kendall, when he lies, he laughs. He's a mess. He can't lie. But he was like, dead hard. No, it wasn't me. Like, deadpan. I was like, okay, Kendall.
I was just trying out my acting career. You know? It worked.
Exactly. And I could just be like, I never had the password, so it wasn't me.
No one was fooled, but I never admitted,
Yes. But now we're getting to the end of Club Penguin.
Girl, I think I'd given up on her by the time like Disney took over at some point, and I was like, okay, like whatever. There was the jiu-jitsu, then there was the DS game, and I think I just got tired. I was just like, there's just too much.
We played a little into the Disney chapter, but honestly, what killed Club Penguin for us is we started playing World of Warcraft. Like we finally were allowed to play World of Warcraft. So Club Penguin,
I was dancing, getting my coins on the fountain in my bra and panties. I couldn't do that at Club Penguin.
Exactly. You'd get banned for that.
I was clocking in at the club. Exactly. You could curse on there too.
You could. So we moved on, and that's kind of what took us away. The only time we really played Club Penguin was when we couldn't get a hold of WoW, like a maintenance day or something like that.
Oh my God, yes.
And eventually our parents were like, well, you don't play anymore, so we're not going to make you members. So we lost our memberships. So we were the ones who fell on hard times. We had our puffles, but none of our clothing. And so it just got to a point like we weren't much into it. And I think it was kind of like the end of like the MMO digital era. Like a lot of games were getting the axe, like Pixie Hollow. Oh, loved her.
Oh, I remember her.
Yes. So Club Penguin was shut down officially on March 30th, 2017 at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Girl. A lot of people got on.
Okay.
It's true. That was when it was given the official axe. People logged on. You can see videos on YouTube of people at the last moment. They're sharing their memories and everything, and the servers flooded once again. And like
2017, you said? Mm-hmm. Girl, I was in college at that point.
No, you weren't. Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
I was fully like a collegiate scholar. Mm-hmm. Drinking.
Yeah, we both were. So it got the axe, and people were on there sharing memories.
How did she outlive Vine?
Oh, also another thing I'd like to say about members. Mm-hmm. That is a very good question. How did Club Penguin out-survive Vine? But also another member thing is high-level servers. They would get to a point where they're so full, and they'd only let members log in. Abominable, that server, Husky.
Oh my God.
Husky and Abominable.
You're bringing back memories.
I know. Those were our servers. Abominable and Husky. If you ever saw Blue Winter or Tar River on Abominable or Husky, that was you and me.
That was me, and I was not cursing on my penguin.
On your penguin. But when it was not Tuesday and it wasn't maintenance day on WoW, you could see a lot worse. Aqua Shadow. You stuck with the blue theme.
I did.
Anyways, so it shut down. But what a lot of people don't know, it was shut down so people would go to its predecessor, and they made a 3D kind of World of Warcrafty MMO called, what was it called? Club Penguin Island. And there were so many like money transactions. I never even tried it out, but it was basically like a virtual 3D world, and it was like better graphics, more games, but like so much monetization. And like what do you call them? Small transactions. I can't remember. Microtransactions. So that ended up being a big flop. And so Disney was just like, that's it. We're done with Club Penguin. We let the IP die. But that's when a lot of people started doing these online, what do they call them? Servers. Private servers things. So you could like look it up, and somebody had like resurrected the game from code and was like hosting it, and you could play online again. And there was different versions. There was ones where there actually was memberships. There's ones where everything was free. There's ones where it's like just the OG game before Disney took over. One where it was they still did the holidays at the right time. So then there was this whole controversy back in 2020.
Girl.
There is a whole drama. I've watched a whole like web series about this. The private servers started going after each other, and there was this one private server that targeted all the rest and was getting them shut down. They were doxing people's addresses. They were
oh my God.
They were getting into some serious shit. Like there was crazy stuff going on. Like they were doxing, attacking each other, releasing social media, like claiming horrible things. Like it got bad to the point where Disney was like, okay, we have to come back. We already shut down Club Penguin. And they knew about the private servers, of course. Yeah. But they were like, it's gotten bad, and people's like literally lives are in danger now. Yeah. And they shut down every single private server.
Holy shit.
They were like, a cease and desist, destroyed everything. Because Disney was like, we got to step back in. And nobody messes with Disney lawyers.
No, they do not.
So that was kind of the end, 2020. You know, like COVID starts, and that's the end of the
and you know what?
Franchise.
All of the absolute dark sides that the Club Penguin brought out of people, I would expect nothing different.
But you know what?
May she go down in flames.
That's not the end.
Oh my God.
Because last night, I discovered there is a new server. Last night, I discovered there is a new Club Penguin type thing. You download it.
Okay.
And you launch it, and it has its own servers, different countries, and you can play Club Penguin. And now, it is like the final version of Club Penguin, so it has like all the upgrades and everything, Disney, and they still go through the holidays from what I can tell and everything. They have all the games.
I'm exhausted, girl.
The memberships are free. Everyone's a member.
Okay.
And you can just live your life. They changed the catalogs, so there's new things each month and all that stuff.
I'm just going to ask that we let Club Penguin rest, you know?
And I would like to let you know, I did play it last night.
Greg.
This is my penguin. His name is Tar River. And
You should have been asleep.
He was beautiful.
But you know what? For the plot, I'm glad you did that.
I had to.
Okay.
Also, I would like to show this to you, Kendall.
Yes.
I will put this photo on the screen, but this is my Tar River penguin. I'm in the coffee shop.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm in the coffee shop. I have a white puffle. I played until I could afford a full set of clothing. I did basically just spam the shit out of Minesurfer.
But I did play a couple. Oh my God, this home screen. I missed this. The news, the penguin news.
I know, and the music is still there, which honestly brought a tear to my eye. I'm not going to even lie.
That was a time.
It was so good.
Don't make me good, I will cry.
So I'd like to say, if you want to experience Club Penguin, girl, you can. It's still there.
I think, yeah, you know, you'll never be there when it was who she was. Here's your thing.
True. You won't be able to experience it the way we did when it was at its prime. There's actually a good amount of people playing it still, but like it's not the same.
Yeah. Just let her, you know, sometimes we just have to let things go. And I think we're getting way too wrapped up in nostalgia, but that's a millennial thing. So I'm not surprised somebody went through all the effort to do that again.
Yes. But I think it's beautiful that it is like still exist in some aspect. Like it's kind of like you can go and experience it again. Not in the same way. We'll never experience it the same way again. But it's like if you wanted to put an ugly ass wig on your penguin, you still can, you know?
And you know what? Now that I think about it, we literally were obsessed with this because I remember I used to draw penguins in notebooks or just like at school or for fun and design them myself.
And puffles?
Yes.
I used to draw puffles a lot.
And literally used to like design outfits for these penguins. Girl, we ready to clock in.
Yeah. So that is my obsession with Club Penguin. I think every millennial who had a computer can relate. Like, I think everyone at least created a penguin.
And does have the trauma and memories associated with it.
Yes. So it was the best
like,
of times,
how do you get bullied at
times.
School and then you still go home and get bullied?
Yes.
By
and then also
penguin.
our favorite things to do was like the school/college igloo parties. And we acted like we were going to classes.
I was so ready to go to college, girl.
I was so ready.
And I mean, had honestly, a time
it was a good time. It was a good time. I was right.
She was everything I needed, and Club Penguin prepared me for that.
But also the stress that came with it, the mental breakdowns too.
I don't know. I just feel like that was you. It wasn't that hard for me.
I had so many mental breakdowns.
There's just a lot of drama, and we'll have to get into that. That can be its own saga one day.
That'll be its own moment. But that is the end of what I'm obsessed with. Club Penguin.
Yay, round of claps. Throwback to, I don't know, yeah.
Childhood.
Childhood. She was iconic. R.I.P.
Yes.
Blew Into. I will not be going through the effort of making you. I will let you rest in like the original Shutdown from 2017. Lord knows I stopped clocking in on that game in like 2010, 11. But yeah, good times.
Yeah, beautiful.
Greg, I don't think you understand how fucking in sync we were this week.
Really?
Yeah. You don't know what I'm obsessed with?
What are you obsessed with?
What I've been missing. I've been having withdrawals of. And I've just been thinking about it over and over and over.
What?
The gay club, girl.
The gay club.
The gay clubs. Which is
Okay.
exactly what my outfit is inspired by. I have worn this outfit to the gay club and would do it again. But yeah, I just, you know, she's there for you no matter what. Happy, sad, horny, just chilling. No matter what you need, the gay club is there for you. And it really is, to me, a cornerstone of the gay community. Literally, gay rights were fought for at Stonewall, a gay club.
Yes.
So I've been obsessed with and just thinking over my experience, my time, and my lovely adventures in the gay club. And so I just wanted to reminisce and go over all of those things.
Yes.
So
Beautiful.
I'll first start with my introduction to them, which was with you.
With me, yeah. That's true.
We were in college. There was a small little gay bar, and you were there, and I was still in the closet, but you were out and proud.
You saying I was there? Bitch, I was an employee.
You were.
I was an employee. So I worked at this place. Shout out to Crave back in Greenville, North Carolina.
If she's
it
still
was
open.
like, no, it's fully closed. One half was like a diner. It was like a kind of like slightly upscale diner place you could eat. And the other half was a gay club. And I was a waiter and bartender in the restaurant side. But of course, I like took people into the club side all the time. And then if the restaurant side was going slow, I'd help make drinks for the club side. But what people love to do was when I'm sitting here working on the restaurant side, they don't want to wait in the line at the club side. So they come into the restaurant side and then walk up to my bar and ask for drinks. So then I'm making drinks for the club and people are like starting a line at my bar while I'm still serving the restaurant. Anyway, go ahead. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You anyway, went to that club. That was where we were introduced to bucket drinks. And I would like to say the gay
full
pour.
Moon. Yeah. Well, I mean, the gay pour was also me. So
Yes.
I learned from the gay pours.
Yeah, and I love it. The gay pour, honestly, like let the gays run the economy because we are saving so much money with that. Like everyone's getting drunk, everyone's having a good time, and the money's being saved. I don't know that for sure. I just
Actually, the problem is people get drunk and then they spend more.
Yeah, I mean, like if the whole country is drunk, you know, it could be fun.
But yes.
I you know what? I would let it happen for one day. Everyone of legal age, all drunk. You know, minus the people who are, you know, staying sober on purpose or have health conditions. I'm here to see what would happen.
But you were talking about how I brought you into the gay world.
Yes. So you brought me into the gay world and we went to the club and I, you know, it was small based on where I've been now. She was a cute little introduction. It literally was just like little toes in the pond. We did see drag queens there eventually. And one that we still see here in Raleigh, what's her name? Dana St. James. She was a time. But the one thing I remember about that club is going there and being like, wow, they have really good music. Like, I love all of their songs. Repression. We're no deeper than that. I was just like, wow, the music here, fantastic. Not to say you have to be gay to like the gay club music, but if, like me, 90% of your saved songs and playlist and favorite songs that you know by heart are being played in the gay club, a little introspection might be needed.
Maybe.
Or you can just be like me and repress it. Then, after that club, we were there. We even took our mom and stepdad to that club when they came down to Greenville.
They came down when one day I was working. No, I wasn't working. And they were like, oh, this is so exciting. They wanted to see where I worked first off. And I was okay. So they came and then they were like, oh, we want a drink. And I was like, I got you. Because this was during my bartender phase. Because we would literally, we had this machine that would print off the recipes. And every weekend that I wasn't working, they were like, oh my gosh, let's make drinks. So I would print off recipes and then I'd come back to our apartment, that shitty ass apartment. And I'd spend the whole night basically making people drinks. But everybody's favorite and my favorite was the Full Moon, which was a bucket drink. And we gave that to our mom and stepdad. They still talk about that drink. I still sometimes make it when we go up to our mom's house.
It's so good. Then I would say from there, you know, we were kind of dancing in and out. We graduated college. We would go to the gay. I go to the gay clubs a few times with you because you want to go see a drag show or something. And
yeah, like Legends, the main one here in Raleigh. Remember, we accidentally went on Pride.
When did we do that?
So we had me, you, your ex, and dad were all living together. It was post college, and I was like, I want to go to the gay club, and then because I had been
It's just like the Batman signal. The moon was lit up in rainbow colors.
I was living in Henderson, fucking North Carolina, and you had just got back from college, and I was like, I want to party. And Kendall's like, drive an hour for the club? I don't think so. And so then I hyped up your ex, and me and her like, yes, let's do it. And dad's like, well, I'll drive, and y'all can drink. And then Kendall's like, okay, fine, I'll go. So we went out, but we did not realize it is literally the weekend of Pride. And so we go out, there's people everywhere. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And everybody else is like slightly overwhelmed. Okay, no, just dad was overwhelmed. Yeah. But we fully took our dad.
Shout out to him for trying.
We took our dad to the gay club on Pride, and it was pretty incredible. There was like the shirtless man brigade.
Is that when we went and saw the drag queens in the back?
Yes.
Okay, and you know what? I remember from that was the first time I ever saw a drag queen perform Shania Twain, and it was Dana St. James from good old Greenville, North Carolina. She came down to college, introduced herself, and then came back.
Yes.
And I was like, I look back now, and I'm just like, there was a lot to be said. Because the way I literally screamed and immediately held $1 out the second I knew Shania Twain came on. And it's like, I don't know, girl.
And then
we couldn't repress but so much.
Right.
She was seeping out.
And then you spent the night trying to hook me up with guys. First off, you had no idea what my type was, apparently, because the guys you were pointing out, I was like, Kendall, what the hell? And he was like, my brother's single. He's gay and single. And the guys were just like, okay. And I was like, I was like, this is
remember
literally,
that.
I'm literally about to die.
I don't remember that.
And you're just
You're
dancing
welcome.
with your ex like, he's single and gay. He's single and gay. And I'm just like, oh my God. I was so embarrassed.
I was projecting, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies, but none, because that was still funny. I don't remember that. I was definitely drunk by that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then we like went a few times, but truly, where I this is just, it started everything for me. It will always hold a place in my heart for the gay club. Fresh off the breakup, like a month, and I had my first ever gay kiss at the club. Mm-hmm. It was dead as fuck. It was like early January, like no one was out. There was barely anybody at the club that night. But I went out with you and your husband.
Yes.
And I was dancing, and we started dancing with this little group, and it was like this guy. And then he was like, oh, you want a drink? I was like, sure. And then we're walking to the bar, and he's just like, I'm bisexual. I'm like, yeah, me too, girl. And then we go to the bar, and he gets us our drinks, and we go back. And then we're just dancing and dancing. Like, I literally have never made a move on a guy in my life. And then we just started fucking making out.
Yeah.
And that was it. And it birthed something inside of me.
And I'd love to share my side of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because first off, Danny, my husband, he was like, as soon as you broke up, we were like, we need to get him into the gay club. Kendall already said he was bisexual. And Danny was like, he doesn't know it. We need, like, how much he needs a man. We need to get him to the gay club immediately. And I was like, I'll say something to him. We'll see if he'll go. And Kendall's like, sure. We go. We get to gay club. He starts making out with this guy. And then Danny is screaming. Danny has video of this moment. Yeah, he took a video. He's like,
there's
yeah,
evidence.
That's my brother. That's my brother. And then a girl from the top, she's like, that's your brother. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, that's my brother he's making out with. And we're like screaming, cheering the two of them on.
Building community one tongue at a time.
It was quite a moment.
My experience in the dance floor was lots of making out. And then at some point I started backing it up onto him. Mm-hmm. And then tell me why this man comes up like behind, kissing on my neck, and he's like, yeah, you're a bottom. And I was like, oh, how dare you?
Yes.
It's okay. You know, sometimes we have to let the people speak the truth, even if we're not ready for it.
It was a lot to take in on the first night ever being physical with a man.
And then I remember like dancing on him, and then like he was there with a girl and then another guy that like clearly was gay as well.
The girl was his sister.
Yeah, his sister. And that guy was like, I was dancing and like doing my little thing and then dancing all up on this guy, and then his friend's just standing there staring at me like, and then him like, come on, like we gotta go. And I'm like, damn, like she's jealous. And then eventually they leave, and before he leaves, this man is making out with me again, and he's like, my girlfriend's gonna be so mad at me. I was like, okay, sounds like her problem. And then made out some more and then sent him on his way. I literally don't even know this man's name. RIP to him. Don't even know him. Couldn't pick him out from a crowd today. There's video evidence, so maybe we could find him, but we're not going to do that.
No.
Shout out to him and his girlfriend, wherever y'all are at.
Hope y'all are doing well.
Yeah. He was cute. He wasn't a good kisser, though. And looking back on that now, the first
sure
kiss...
he said he tasted like salami or something.
No, it was garlic.
Garlic, there you go.
We do remember. Yeah, he had a good dinner, I guess. But... yeah, he was not that good of a kisser. Kissed. Yeah, first man I ever kissed. And he had a girlfriend. It's kind of hot. I've now perfected my move, which I learned that night. Which Greg loves to iconically call my spin and twirl. What do you call it?
The scan and twirl.
The scan and twirl. Please describe it for the people, because I'm drunk and I literally am just in my element. But you have it down to a pat.
Yes. So I have been out with Kendall many times. And since Kendall has gone into his single phase, I have been married this whole time. So, I'm, with my husband, and we go out with Kendall, maybe some friends, or maybe just me, my husband, and Kendall. But what Kendall does when he is ready to make out with a man, he starts doing this thing. He holds his drink like this. He'll start dancing, and he's scanning. He's scanning around. He'll do like a little twirl, look like this, and he's like a radar.
Make a good security guard.
He's like doing a full radar scan, and all of a sudden it'll ping, and he'll see someone. He'll just be like, do a like
you make
little
a little
thing.
eyes and you look away.
And then, or my favorite one is when he like laughs, and then he's like, into the straw. And then he'll start doing this thing where he starts moving his body. It's not just his head scanning anymore. He's doing the full body twirl. And then all of a sudden, like a gay, bedazzled Beyblade, he spins away towards the man, and then they start making out. I've seen it in this exact top. This happened. So he will
And that's why I
literally
wore
just
her.
like start spinning around, and then he's making out with the man, and we're like, "Go, Kendall, live your life."
It's easy. You
So
just
it's the scan.
it's the eye contact. You make eye contact again, and if you both hold it for like 2 seconds, then you know.
But the moment you start seeing the scan, you know the twirl's coming soon.
And it's to the point where I'm not gonna say I'm proud of this behavior, but I also refuse to change. I am but a man. Where like when I go to the gay club with friends, they fully expect me to leave them.
No, beyond that, I went out with literally just Kendall, some of his friends who were also friends with me, and then it was just us four. And I usually go out with my husband, but my husband was traveling at the time. And so Kendall does his scan and twirl, and then I follow his friends, and then we sit at this outside area. And I was like, oh, this is a cute little spot. And they're like, yeah, this is our spot when Kendall goes to find a man. They have a dedicated area to go when Kendall twirls away.
I'm on the prowl. I told you. This is why I'm having withdrawals. It's been a minute. But yeah, you know, I have a lot of fun. The club is so gay. But you know what's crazy? Is beyond the club, because this is all just at like the one major gay club in Raleigh. So this is all the one major gay club in Raleigh. And, you know, we have other gay clubs, which are fun, but nothing, it's just the gay energy is there. But my thing that I love is that I've traveled the world a little bit. I've been to gay clubs in other places. Literally, like, it is a progression from, like, the small town gay bar that we went to in Greenville to then the one in Raleigh. Because the one in Raleigh also lets in people 18 to 20. So, like, there's literally, like, people with X's on their hands. Like, there's literal children there. Like, they're making their money. They're doing what they have to do. That's fine. But, like, it ends up attracting a lot of girls and a lot of their boyfriends. And a lot of men trying to pick up girls at the gay club.
I was going to say, that's something that has really started here in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Is there's, like, a lot of straight girls who will go to escape being prowled on by men will go to the gay clubs. Well, the straight men have figured out, and you know what? The straight men are walking up into the gay club now to pick up girls. So it's like a whole different vibe now.
Yeah.
Also, the DJ's kind of been sucking. Like, the last couple times I went, the DJ is just not his track list.
Yeah. And then also, like, the track list they played at the club for a few years, again, should have told me. We all knew. Like, literally plug me up to Spotify, and I can play the gay club. But now I want to go into different locations. So
Love that.
We accidentally went to Miami on spring break. Again, like, this is literally 2 months after I just kissed my first man, right?
We didn't mean to go on spring break, but going to Miami was fully intentional.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, this is another thing I'm going to do just a little moment before, because this is, again, because of me. Well, this isn't even because of me. This is because of my husband, Danny. Literally the moment Kendall broke up with his girlfriend, or fiance.
Ex-fiance, yeah.
Yeah, ex-fiance.
We'll put her out there.
My husband was like, we need to take him to Miami to go to Twist. Because me and Danny, we travel a lot, and that was one of our favorite gay clubs we've been to. Yes, Travel Gays. And so we were like, we've got to get Kendall to Twist. Because if you haven't been there, it's a really great club. I'm sure Kendall's going to get into it. So we were like, literally, it was the day after you had broken up.
So Christmas Day,
because y'all broke up on Christmas Eve. Danny goes up to you and says, when you're ready, we're taking you to Miami.
Jesus was born on Christmas Eve, and so was I.
Oh, okay.
Reborn.
He was like, when you're ready, we're going to Miami. And then Kendall finally said, okay, guys, I'm ready. We booked the flights.
Which Miami is beautiful. I love her. But I'm still, like, fully, like, fresh off of a breakup, more or less, like a 5-year relationship.
Yeah, it's only March when we went.
But I'm, like, feeling the gay clubs. I had been to the one here in Raleigh a few times after. I was like, I'm ready. You guys took me to Twist, which is a giant ass, like, complex of a club with 5 different areas, an outdoor, and then 4 separate rooms. All of the rooms have their own vibe and their own energy. Right? So, like, I was out drinking. I was kind of like, oh, yeah, I can party. I can hang. The fucking club went till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
It was a whole fucking other level. The men were beautiful. Shout out to all of the beautiful Latin men. Shout out to them. I love them. But they were there, and we were there till 5 a.m. The world was, like, all of these people were at this club. Only thing that I hate is that I am obviously not, like, a 6-pack muscle gym gay. I am regular. I am an average man. And so I go to this club, and Greg and Danny are like, oh my God, you're going to, like, you literally are going to get so many men because you are so, like, hot, and you're going to get them. And, like, everyone here is just horny as fuck. Girl, we walk into the club, and it's like a kin convention.
Yeah, okay, because we were there during spring break. Because when me and Danny had gone before, I don't even remember what time of year it was, but we went, and, like, people were all over, all over. But it was a very good mix of everything. So, like, whatever's taste you had, there was someone there for it. But when we went during spring break, it was literally, like you said, army of the Kens everywhere.
6-packs, bleached hair, dangly earrings, all of it. Shirts off.
Yes.
And I had, it was supposed to be fun. It was all right. And we went there. Then we went back again the next night. And we spent the entire fucking night in the Latin room, which was fun. I was doing my little dancey dances. I got drunk, sobered up, got re-drunk, sobered up, and then got a little bit drunk. And I was like, I'm ready to go. And then y'all were like, no, we're going to stay. We're staying. They kicked us out the fucking club. I walk out the club, and the sun is coming up.
Yes.
What the Something just said offline mode. So the sun is coming up over the fucking club.
Yes.
And then Danny's friends, he knows people because people from like Rotary or Venezuela, one of those. He's like, oh my God, yeah, after party. You haven't been to Miami until you've been to Stephanie's after party.
Yeah, these are Danny's friends, not Danny, just to say. Me and Danny, we are like hungover at this point. Like, the alcohol is gone. We've drank a lot. We're like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I've been drunk and sobered up twice over now, 3 times over now. I'm ready to go. And then I'd actually been making out with one of his friends at one point, but then somebody else started making out with him, and I was like, okay, girl, you have fun. Like, I wasn't gonna do anything. And then they're like, oh, let's go back to the apartment, and let's
so
go.
To the after party.
We're walking to the car to drive to this girl's apartment. Greg and Danny's fucking left me with people I didn't know who barely spoke English, I will say. So fuck y'all for that.
Andres was fully fluent.
Yeah, he was fine. Like, I could speak to Andres. Nobody else really. And literally, we're walking down the street and they just disappear. And we're like, what the fuck? Where did they go? What the hell? And then, come to find out, you two dodged down behind a fucking car, crouched and hid until you heard us call for you. Then we stopped looking for you. And then you just ran back to the hotel room. And then went to sleep.
Okay, so what you say is correct. We were done, but we were like, we want Kendall to get his full experience. We've already had our full Miami experience, So we're like, we really want Kendall to like enjoy everything Miami has to offer. But we're tired. We're old, We've been here. We've done that. So Danny was like, what if we just bow out? And we're like at the back of the group already. And I was like, but what about Kendall? And he's like, no, he's with Andreas. It's totally safe and fine. Like, I trust Andreas. And I was like, if you trust him, I trust him. And then he's like, okay. And then he just pulls me down behind the car, and we just sit there. And then we hear you guys calling for us. And then y'all just keep walking. Like, you didn't call me. If you'd called me, I would have been like, hey, what's up? But you didn't call me. You just called my name, and then you kept going. I was like, see, Kendall's fine. So then Kendall went with them.
Yeah, and you know how fucking late it was? We went to McDonald's, and it was shut down. It was that time in the morning where McDonald's isn't even open. It's like 5:30 in the morning. We drive to this girl's apartment. She doesn't even have a living room furnished. She has a projector screen and a table with a DJ booth set up in the corner. And then I get there and I'm like, water. They're like, ha ha ha, no water, drinking. I was like, water. Now. And so they give me some water and they start making me another drink. Then they're playing music. And I'm like, if I'm here at this point, like, I don't want to dance. I don't want to do anything. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. So I just started making out with that guy again. And then I brought him back to our hotel room.
Yeah, fully to our hotel room. Me and Danny did not wake up.
Yeah.
We slept the whole time.
Got back. Greg and Danny are fucking knocked out. And me and this guy just go to the bathroom. And then we're in there for a while. Send him on his way. Get a whole 45 minutes of sleep. And then Greg and Danny are like, okay, we got to go. Wake up.
Yeah, we got to leave. We had our flight.
Yeah. No, we had to leave the Airbnb.
And
then we went and sat in a fucking park. And I tried to sleep the entire rest of the trip. I got sick on that trip. on the way back. I had to use fucking PTO to call out after. It was a time. I
But
had a good
also,
time. But
it was
never in my
iconic.
life had I started drinking at like 7 o'clock the night before until 7 into the next fucking morning. Never again. I did it once. It was fun. I need my sleep.
The gays party different.
But yeah, speaking of the gay parties, back to the gay club. So that was Miami. She had the 4-room little situation. It's actually a little bit similar. So I've been to gay clubs in Philly, and they have some as well. Literally, like, I don't know what it is, but it's like everywhere outside of Raleigh, the gay clubs have like multiple rooms, which the one here in Raleigh does too. But like all their multiple rooms have dance floors. We just have a dance floor, an outside bar, and then a back
We have
hallway
like
of a bar.
different. No, there's like different bars because there's like the back end bar, then there's the pool room, and then there's the tiki. I guess what people call it. I don't think that's what it.
But it's just
is,
the
but
outdoor one.
bar.
Yeah,
and
but
then
like there's
the
only like
inside
one
bar.
dance bar.
Yeah,
But I will give it to the gays. There's like, I don't know, every gay club I've been to, there's multiple rooms, there's tons of space. It's a whole fucking vibe.
Yeah.
You know, they utilize their space. There's not but so many gay clubs we can have, and especially in the South. But so it was like that in Philly. But I did all of those clubbing in those gay clubs, making out with men, being at bars where there's just men in jock straps, which I'm going to get into the different types of bars, all of that to train for New York bars. I went to the gay bars in Hell's Kitchen. It is like a whole fucking other world. The men are beautiful, which the men are beautiful here too, but like in New York, all of them like to a crisp. The outfit is 100%. Everything is there. Everyone's so openly gay. I love it. Honestly, I think that's my favorite part of the gay club is just how open and freeing it is. I walk in wearing this. Someone's going to outdo me. There's somebody wearing something better. And then there's a drag queen dressed 10 times better than the person that's dressed the best in the club. Like, I just love it. The fashion's there. The freedom is there. Just, you can be yourself. And I love that about the gay club. And I think that's why she'll always be a cornerstone of the community. And when I say gay, I literally mean like all of the rainbow alphabet. Like everybody shows up there and is who they are. Like I think it's a beautiful place where so many people just get to experiment with who they are and lean into who they truly are. I love it.
And the music is always a bop.
Yes. And the music is always good, unless you have a shitty DJ like the one we have here. But all the divas are there. I mean, all you have to do is put on like the big gay divas and everyone's having a good fucking time. But so New York gay clubs are a whole thing. I went to Mickey's, which is like I think it's like Mickey Spellman's or something like that. I don't know what the last name was. Super tiny hallway of a bar. Again, gorgeous men everywhere, but there really wasn't too much. Like it was just a place where people got drinks and it was fine. Then we went to Boxers in New York. We went to this place called Hush. We went to Blazing Saddles. I think that's what, or Flaming Saddles, whatever that one's called. Like we went to all these different bars, just bar hopping through the area. There's always a fucking like dancer, pole dancers going on. I'm just like, y'all have everything. They have back rooms, which are made for true backroom activities. I have never once been groped in my life, but I would literally had some drunk man walk up to me in a gay club. I was just sitting on the couch chilling with my friend, and this man just like looks at me and then just immediately goes in and like crotch grabs me in the club. I'm like, what the fuck? But like, thank you, but what? Like literally getting harassed in the club. I'm like, I appreciate this is supposed to be a compliment, but I literally was like, you gotta pay for that. Like literally like pushing, and he just keeps fucking going like it's fucking whack-a-mole, and he's just, his arm's getting rejected. I gotta keep pushing him back. My friend like literally like throws herself like hand over my crotch, like what the fuck, like pushing him off too. This man was a mess. He was super drunk, but his outfit was cute. But yeah, the gay club, I've had a lot of experiences in all of them.
Yeah.
But now I want to talk about the different types of gay clubs. And of course their characters. So I don't necessarily want to say it's the regular gay club, but you just kind of have like the good old regular club. She has a bar, she has drinks, everyone's there. All the letters of the alphabet are present. They are clocked in. They checked, attended. Yes. You have typical clothes. You have all out clothes. You have everything in between. But for the most part, the vibe is just like maybe you'll see what I like to call the model gays that will just get shirtless. These are the ones with the 6-packs, the gym gays. And they're all like shirtless dancing together. They're in their little corner. It's almost like the Mean Girls cafeteria on the dance floor at some points.
Really, it is actually.
And so like they're in their little corner. Then you have like the gays out with their straight friends, which is me. I'm bringing my girls wherever I go. Then you have
the gay who's there for the first time. You can always tell it's so cute.
Yes. Then you have the ones that are just there to clock in and do their dances, and I love them. They're my favorites. Then you have the ones sitting to the side, drinking, judging everyone that are like at the private room, just like, look at you guys go. But it's like, it's a private room in a dance club, girl. This is not, the Ritz, Carlton. Like, sit down somewhere.
Exactly.
And then I feel like for the most part, it just feels like there's like it's just kind of separated by like little friend
it's basically a
fun.
straight club. It's just gay music and gay people. That's literally.
But there definitely is like the pack of like shirtless six.
Oh, there's always
gym
the
gays.
shirtless muscular guys. Yeah,
and they're probably doing some lines in the bathroom. Probably. I've come to find. So anyway, so you have those clubs. I love them. I'll always be appreciative of them. That's where I got my start. Honestly, I could go to them anytime. Then we have what I like to call the older men bars.
Or like bear bars.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much like a bear bar. Their music is my favorite because there's just something about the 80s, 90s, and 2000s divas that just fucking does it. Like, you give me Whitney Houston, Shaka Khan, Cher, or Britney Spears, or like early Beyonce in any fucking bar, and I'm there for it. I'm singing along. I'm having a good time. Like, I fucking love them. But yeah, so we have our older, our bear bars, which is usually like older gay men, and a little bit more relaxed and chilling. The one here,
but yeah, the vibe is relaxed, but the clothing is not.
Yeah, like they're either dressed like our dad, or they're like
leather vest.
Yes, like
pop
literally
mask.
Like literally, just like the gay leather kink is out there.
Leather jock straps. I've seen that as well.
The jock straps are there.
Lots of body hair.
Yeah. Like, and I think at that point it's because we specifically know this is for the boys. This is the gay men. And that brings me to my next one, which is the younger version of that, which are now called like circuit parties, so to speak.
Yeah. I'd say not the younger. I'd specifically say the like mid, like the 20s to 30s group is the circuit.
Yeah.
Basically.
And for those that don't know,
not that others can't go there. I'm just saying that's the main group. Like that's the main target audience.
Yeah. And those are essentially like EDM rave, but the idea is to be as naked as you possibly can.
There's someone fucking on the dance floor. There's groups fucking on the dance floor.
There's someone on their knees in the bathroom stall. I actually, my first circuit party, I saw these two guys meet on the dance floor making out, and they both were like in their cute little jock straps, and one was in like pants and shorts, but like neon colors, like 80s rave types of outfit. And which, those are fun too. Literally went to the bathroom where I was like, girl, I gotta pee. I went to the bathroom and I just see the one with the pants on his knees. And I'm like, oh, it's like a little gay love story. So then we have those clubs, which are fun. They get hot and sweaty. Again, when I'm just in that mood, like I gotta make out with the man. It's the place to go.
I feel like circuit parties, you've got to be like you gotta be drunk or like high or something to really enjoy it. Because the music... It's more the vibe than it is the music, and you have to be on a certain level to enjoy the vibe.
And be on prep, please.
Yes, but that's just my opinion. If you love circuit parties and you go to them sober, good for you. Have a great time.
I put stripper club in my notes, which there are male strip clubs, very few gay strip clubs. I've never been to
one. I want to go to one day.
But all I'm going to say is, honestly, like most of the clubs I went to in New York, there's somebody on the bar, there's somebody on a pole, and I love it. It's art. Honestly, I don't think you've ever seen the show P-Valley. Shamar made me watch it. Like, that shit is a fucking art. Like, that show, they, like, the outfits and the way they dance. Like, people, of course, like, our outside perspective, especially growing up, like, repressed Christian, right? It was just like, that's where people take their clothes off. But there's a lot of fucking dancing and strength that goes into it. I've done an intro to pole dancing class twice now, and I barely made it. I barely made that shit. Next is a little niche, the emo gay bars. I've been to like 1 to 2.
That.
They're not like, it's not only emos there, but you're definitely going to see a lot more nose piercings and eyebrow piercings there. We do have one here in Raleigh that does like, it's a drag bar, but they do like more provocative,
Okay,
but
I know
like
what you mean. You're talking
costumey,
about Ruby
campy.
Deluxe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot more
of
theater.
a goth scene. Yeah. Okay, I get what you mean.
Like the goth gays are there. We're playing, Mr. Brightside.
It's like alternative.
Yeah.
Alternative gays go there.
And
And
it's
much more chill vibe, honestly.
Yeah, I like every time I've been to one, I can talk to people.
Yeah.
If I am talking to you and not dancing to you, then I'm, it's a chill bar to me. And then my favorite unofficial one is the straight bars that the gays took over. Especially here in Raleigh, we only have the one, but like we said, that's where all.
No, we have two. We have Ruby Deluxe and Legends.
Yeah, but not too many people know about Ruby. But like Legends is the biggest one we have here, and that's where I guess like it's just full of a lot of people, and it is diversity. Everyone's welcome. It's a place of inclusion. But sometimes, you just want to be in a space that's not with straight people. Like, I've been at that bar before and was just, like, up there dancing on the stage. And then some girl was like, yes, oh, my God, you better work, queen. Like, don't call me that, It's not for you.
But also, when that has happened, and I've seen that happen, Kendall was like, yes, bitch! And he was like...
Because I want to promote inclusion, and I want to keep up the vibe that we are welcoming and friendly. The gays are.
I feel like my ring light is so bright.
The sun just went down or something. I don't know. But
do I look like ultra like? Pff?
No, you look fine.
Okay.
But I will say, it's nice to just go to a place where it's just the gays. But when we feel like we can't just be gay at our gay bar or we're outnumbered, we find the straight bars that the straights really aren't going to. And there's one here in Raleigh that's like called Neptune's, and it's like down in the basement. And
yeah, that's the one you took me to.
It's like an EDM uncy vibe, and you described it perfect, where it's literally like the gay bar that gay guys take their straight friends. So it's literally just a conglomerate of allies and gays, and everyone's just down there vibing, having a good time. Only thing I miss is the gay pour is not there. But it's always a good time when I go.
Yeah,
I have fun there.
When you took me, you're like, oh, we're going to this straight bar. And I was like, okay. So we go there, and it's literally gay men with each of them having like 2 to 3 straight friends with them. And then all the gay men are all checking each other out. And I was like, Kendall, this is not a straight bar.
I have not made out with anyone at that bar, friends. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, like, technically, it is a gay bar at this point.
It's like, I don't want to. It's like when your friends say, I don't want to go to a gay bar. Can we go to a straight bar? It's like, totally. And then they take you there.
We're just not going to tell them.
Yeah.
I don't like going to the straight bars. It's so boring.
I feel that too.
But yeah. So I was just, I missed the gay bars. Oh, something else I wanted to say. Specifically, this is for the Flaming Saddles Bar in New York City. They need to up their southern game. Like, being from the South, we have like real southern country bars, and they just feel like they're kind of adjacent to it, but it's not the real thing.
Like they threw on a cowboy hat and said it was country.
They do line dancing on the bars, which is nice. And I'm still just like, hey sir, how are you doing? But it's not the same.
Gotcha.
But that's just my one critique of their bar. But otherwise, yeah, just a gay club. It's a beautiful place. I feel welcome. I've had so many of my outfits complimented. All of my like bedazzly shiny things. I've had lots of fun kisses and makeouts. I've met some fun people there. It was fun running into friends there where you're like, oh my God, hey. But yeah, it's just a fun time. I love it. The gay club is a good time.
So what's your top 3 gay clubs?
Top 3 gay clubs. Ooh. Okay. Number 1.
No, start at number 3 and make your way up.
Number 3. Okay. We'll keep the audience in suspense.
Exactly.
Number 3, I'm going to give to Legends. It's just, it's here.
It's got a home feel, but also good vibes. I feel like Legends, about 2 years ago, I would rank pretty high. But
for me,
right
bar needs to have the opportunity to kiss somebody, good drinks, even better music, and a fun crowd. Like, that's the 4 things I'm looking for. Some nights we'll turn on and off, the taxi light of wanting to make out with somebody. But I always want the opportunity to be there.
Right.
And so I feel like I'll give Legends number 3. Number 2 is going to have to be the Hush Bar in New York. It's like literally 2 floors, and I just fucking love it. It's so fun. And they have the men dancing on the pole. So, like, literally, I don't even have to worry about trying to, like, be entertained by a man on the dance floor or look for somebody. I can just look up and appreciate God's work and all the hard work these men are putting in at the gym.
Yeah.
and all of the hard work those jock straps are doing.
Is that the one that you showed me? There's a video of that Latin guy dancing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they had Latin leche night. And I was like, just my first time there, I was like, okay, like their strippers were out. The leche was ready to be spilled.
Okay.
It was out. And then number one is gonna have to go to one in Philly that I've been to a few times. I love her. She's always welcoming and a good time. It is called Voyeurs.
What a name.
I did go there once, and my very first time, like, at Voyeurs, went in the basement, had some shots, then went over to this club called Woody's, which is fun. It's a little bit, again, kind of like Legends, where, like, the straight people are intermingling with the gays, but Voyeurs is a lot more gay. They have this super giant disco ball and a dance floor in the middle of the club, and they have, like, these other rooms you can run off to outside of, and a basement you can go down to. You can literally get lost in there. I've done it before. But the first time I ever tried to get in there, I got so drunk. When we tried to go back to Voyeurs, they wouldn't let me in. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm not drunk. What the hell are you talking about? I can do it. I was like, watch, I'm going to walk in the line. Girl, I stumbled.
Yeah, you did.
Nobody asked me to, and I did it, and I still stumbled. And I was like, y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night.
I love that you had that moment of realization.
It's like, you guys are doing good. Good job on you. Thanks for working.
Yeah.
And then now that I've been back and been able to drink, it's just so fun. There's like so many different rooms, so many different vibes. I have had all of the experiences I needed to have. We've made out with men. We've just had a good night with the friends. We've had a fun night where like the DJ was just fucking on it and we were throwing ass. I can't even twerk, but let me tell you, I did that night. I moved what little bit I do have. I don't know. It's just the vibe is always there. Now, it is expensive. And luckily, I only go every couple of months when I go see my friends up there. But that shit is expensive as fuck. Like, one shot is like 10 to 15.
Oh my god.
Like a White Claw is like $12. I'm like, girl, I could have had a 12-pack for this. But I digress. You go for the experience and for the men and for the vibes. And it's just a good time.
For me, I have a bit of different experience because I'm a bit of a globetrotter. So I've been to a lot of different parts of the world. So I've been able to experience like gay clubs all over.
Okay.
And I think what shocked me the most, this is going to sound so stupid, and this is such an American thing, but I was like, you know, you go to a gay club, I was like, oh, I'm about to hear Britney, I'm about to throw it back to Ariana, and then you get there, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who this is. Oh, I don't know this one either. And it turns out our gay icons aren't always their gay icons. Shocker, I know.
A tragedy.
Every once in a while, you know, Madonna will sneak her way in or share, but like our gay icons are not the same. So that threw me off big time when traveling. I don't know why I was expecting that. But,
Thank you for being vulnerable because I would never admit that.
Well, I mean, I was shook.
But you know what? Someone has to say the truth.
Exactly. But I do enjoy, like, been able to go to a lot of different ones. Like, in Greece, that was an interesting one. In Greece, it's... Gen Z has taken over the gay clubs in Greece. That is so, like, Gen Z is everywhere. It's such interesting vibe. Everybody's very much androgynous and, like, everybody's twerking and throwing it back. And it's so interesting.
That's what I say. Just be who you are, girl.
Exactly.
The gay club is the place to do that.
And then in Istanbul, Turkey, they kind of just sit back. There's a dance floor, but nobody dances, and they're all just, like, smoking at the gay club. And then they're playing, here's the crazy part, they were playing Venezuelan music. Like, Danny knew all the songs. He's like, why are they listening to, like, Venezuelan music? It was interesting. So, like, there's a lot of different vibes all over the world, but I will say my top three.
Number three,
I will give to, first off, I'd like to say there's still a lot more I need to explore. Like, I want to check out a lot more bars in New York City. I haven't been able to go to that many, unfortunately, so none of the New York bars make it in my top three.
Go to Hell's Kitchen. We're so pretty.
I know. I've been there. Not Hell's Kitchen. I've been to New York City, and I did, like, 2 bars. I did Boxers and another one. And then there was another one I went to another time I went to New York City. I don't even remember the name of that one. But they were all just kind of, like, crowded stuff together. It was a good vibe, and we met cool people, but I'm not going to put it in my top 3, you know? My top 3. I think number 3, I will say is, oh my gosh, I'm blanking now. Let's see. I will say also the least favorite gay bars I went to were the ones in London. I wasn't about it. They're all just drinking and sitting and talking. But I love London, the city. Just the gay bars weren't it. Oh my gosh, I'm losing. Okay, now we've got it.
Okay.
I figured it out. Number 3, I'm going to put, I don't remember the name of this bar exactly, but it's in Soho in LA, South Hollywood, and there's this bar. It's like open, like
Okay.
you can see inside, and their music was incredible all night long. Like, it's the when you think, oh, I just want to hear gay music, they did everything correct, and then they remixed it with other songs, and they threw different beats on top of them.
I love
like
it.
Kendall, I'm talking "Cass See Me and You" came on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they had it all.
Literally every song I know.
Yeah, so that bar was perfect. It was literally on a street corner. Maybe somebody could will know what I'm talking about, but it was on a street corner, and you can literally see inside. It's like disco balls and everything. It's beautiful. It was great for just dancing. Number 2, I'm gonna give to Twist in Miami. I love how much you can be like, oh, I'm listening to Y2K. Okay, now I'm going to go throw back in bachata. Oh, now I'm going to listen to the drag queen perform comedy. Like, the vibes are so distinct in each place, and you can change up, and every room is full. Everyone's having a good time. I really love Twist. It was a good time.
Yeah, I have to shout out to the gay clubs with the multiple rooms. Like the vibe never died.
It
like
really is. So
it
good.
literally is meant like you can show up at 10 o'clock and you will be having a good ass time until 2. Like we've been to the bar early, the Voyeurs one that I talked about. We just started a fucking runway. People started voguing with us. Like our group was just like doing like a little cat, like no dancing, just having fun, just fucking around while we're all getting drunk. And like immediately everyone's like, we're ready to dance, and then you just go dance. Like it is the pregame, it is the club, and it is the after club.
Exactly. And then number 1, I feel like depending on what vibe I'm wanting, Twist in this club could literally switch spaces depending on like what I'm like looking for that night. But this is I forget the name of it, but it's the biggest gay club in Bangkok, Thailand. I have shown you videos of this.
Yes.
In Thailand, they go hard. They are like doing full K-pop performances. The drinks are huge, and the gay pour is very much present. And their music,
international law.
They play K-pop. They play like American hits. They play like Latin hits. Like they have everything. They have the multiple different rooms and vibes. It was so much fun at that.
No,
club.
yeah, you showed me this video. I don't know if you can put it in our podcast episode. I mean, you did take it, but like fully, there's this stage with like a little platform, and it's surrounded by people. I don't even know any of the songs playing, but like people immediately are like getting information of these girls' music video positions and doing their dances.
Yeah, fully. It's like they'll play the song and then it'll stop. They'll clear the stage and then they'll start the song. And if you know it, they jump in and they like, without even speaking, and they're complete strangers, and they're like, okay, I'm this person, you're this person. Like they don't even speak. They just jump in. It's like, if I'm standing here, I'm, for example, Blackpink. I stand here, I'm Rose. Da 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 da. And then they fully do the performance of that person. And it is,
I love
it is a magical moment. Oh my God, it was incredible.
And that, you know what? That's why I want to bring up the gay club, because I'm just obsessed. I miss her. I will be going back to her as often as I can once I get off this fucking 75 hard thing. I like, it's one of those places where you can always be yourself, and I will love her for that. No matter how bad you are at dancing.
Exactly. It's a very magical place.
And not enough places have disco balls, but you bet your fucking ass that the gay club is going to have a disco ball.
Oh, for sure. It's going to be there. Exactly. It's not even a debate. It's there.
And it needs to be.
If not multiple. I've seen multiple at the club before. But yeah, I love that gay club. It's been honestly so...
Club
I love
Penguin
how
and
much...
the gay club.
Yes, exactly.
Two of the same.
Kind of. I love how much I'm responsible for, the starting of like, bringing you out to the first gay club, and then also like taking you to the club the first time you kiss a man. Ugh.
I know.
You're welcome for bringing you into this world.
Sorry to his girlfriend. I don't know his name though, so I don't feel so much guilt for that. Actually, he should have said something. Yeah, I don't feel any guilt.
Yeah.
That was
he
his
also
fault.
went to a club and made out with people fully knowing he ate something garlicky. So
Yeah.
where's the self-respect?
It was left at home with his girlfriend.
Apparently. All right. Well, I guess that's the end of episode 4.
Yeah, we made it. We're a whole month's catalog in.
I'm ready for the day that we like present something that's kind of on the same vibe, because like I love how different it is, but I wonder if we'll ever do it, or ever accidentally.
This is literally the first time we're getting close.
This is the closest we've ever been.
Yeah.
But also on paper, kind of still far.
Club is in the word. We're there.
That's true. The gay club and Club Penguin.
Exactly.
You know what? You're kind of right.
We're there. We're starting to sync up. We're starting to figure it out. Bit by bit.
I don't think anything's going to be more far apart, though, than Magical Girls and Country Bears.
Shout out to Big Al. He would be so
Episode
much fun
3,
at the gay
if you
bar.
didn't watch it, you really should.
Go back to her. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a fun time. I look forward to the next episode and figuring out what I'm going to do next time. I have no idea.
Me either. I always wait for it to come to me randomly when I'm taking a shower or like about to fall asleep.
All right, well,
Yeah.
talk to you later. Bye.